let's go into the last most important stage of your application, which is getting a recommendation letter, or usually it is said as letter of recommendation, short formed as LOR. And this is going to be related to university application for your graduate or undergraduate program. And you get a recommendation letter from your professor or thesis guide or a manager at workplace. And this is basically someone who is giving information about you, and that information is coming from a reliable person at a reliable source. So it is going to be of importance, and the admission committee look this as a very important piece of information, because every other document is coming from your side. This is the thing which will be submitted by the professor. It's not going to be you submitting or uploading the document on the website. What you need to do in this phase is give the details of your recommender, such as name, email address. The email address must be the work email address. It should be the professional email address. And if it is from an educational like academia, it should be having .edu at the end. Or if it is having a workplace, the email address should be the work email address. The personal email addresses are not allowed. Then you may give need to give the your relation with that person. So he may be your, or he or she may be your manager, he or she may be your professor, project guide, etc. You need to mention that. Then maybe someone asks you about the phone number and the address of the person, and that's all. So it takes some time for the recommender also to write a recommendation letter for you. So give them enough time, at least approach them at least 2 months before you are going to send them an invitation to write the recommendation letter. So they have enough time to think about you, and they may ask you to prepare a draft and all. So we'll go into the details now. So the basic thing is how many recommendation letter or letter of recommendation are required. So usually three are required, and minimum they will say two you need to submit for your application. And I have usually seen that minimum two are required from an academia, and one could be used as a professional recommender. Professional means if you are already working at a place, you can accept, they'll accept one recommendation letter from your workplace, but two should come from a professor or a professional in academia. And the contents of LOR should be the duration and position of your work. If it is a project or in some research lab or etc., then you should mention that. The work objectives given to you and the description of those objectives in small. So couple of lines should be enough for that. So first paragraph could be like this: that this person is recommended this person for all his endeavors in this program at mechanical engineering in this university, etc. The second paragraph could be mentioning about these details of duration and position of work, the work objectives and description. Then they can go into some technicals of task completed. They may want to list down or write a paragraph of it. Both are completely fine. Then you can mention one or two instances of any meeting or presentation or interaction which made a dent in the working of the at the company, or it made some achievement for you, that you can mention over there. You can also mention some of the couple of soft skills. Do not just overflood and write all known soft skills over there. It's of no use. So usually those instances I mentioned in the earlier point, the events or any other meeting, etc., that is for you to prove that you have some or given soft skills. So just not mention the soft skills as it is. Just mention that this are my soft skills. It's not going to add any value. If you are mentioning that I did this presentation and it was very helpful, or I did presented in front of high level board members or directors of the company, then you can say that you have a very good presentation skill. And the last thing could be at the end you can mention that, or the person recommending can mention that you are among the top performers in the company in during the work you did. So that's all about it. The small thing about LOR could be when you are going to approach the professor or the person in the industry for you to write the LOR, they may ask you to make a draft of it for them, and then you can give the draft to them, and then they can paraphrase the things or change as per their observations and submit. So ideally the case should be they should be writing the LOR for you, and you should have no access to what they have written in your LOR. But sometimes they would usually ask students itself to write the LOR for themselves, and then they can paraphrase and submit. But at the end, obviously, they need to submit to the university directly. You have no access to what they are submitting finally to the university. Okay. Thank you.